Everyone's blaming the wrong people. The real villain destroying Caitlin Clark's championship window isn't a player at all, it's Coach Stephanie White. While other channels attack Indiana Fever players as toxic saboteurs, they're missing the truth. I'm Jax Riley, and after cutting through the noise, I've connected the dots no one else wants to admit. The conversation online is boiling hot around one name, and what I've uncovered about White's mismanagement will shock you. Before we dive into this conspiracy, hit that like button if you're done with lazy analysis that blames players instead of exposing the real systematic failures. We're about to show you exactly why Indiana's championship hopes are being wasted, and trust me, the evidence is damning. First, we'll break down the tactical disasters destroying Clark's effectiveness. Second, we'll expose the locker room decisions causing the very problems unfairly blamed on players. Third, we'll cover the financial implications that could derail the Fever's entire future. And finally, we'll reveal the smoking gun evidence proving this coaching experiment has already failed. Other channels won't tell you this because they're chasing easy narratives, but the truth is that Stephanie White is systematically undermining the most talented player in women's basketball. Let's start with the tactical nightmare hiding in plain sight. White moved Clark off ball and gave Ari McDonald the point guard role. Think about that, you've got the most dynamic playmaker in WNBA history, who led the league in assists as a rookie, and you take the ball out of her hands. When Clark runs the offense, Indiana's attack is elite. When she's stuck in the corner, the system collapses. And here's the kicker, White's experiment wasn't about maximizing talent, it was about ego. She wanted her system to succeed rather than adapting to Clark's generational skill. The results were brutal. Clark's assists dropped, her shooting efficiency fell, and her leadership got silenced. You can't direct traffic from the corner. You can't set rhythm spotting up for threes. And you absolutely can't run an offense when someone else makes all the decisions. But it doesn't stop there. White's timeout management has been a disaster. When Clark heats up and sparks a run, White kills momentum with a timeout. When the Fever are collapsing and need intervention, she stays silent. Fans have tracked it, and the pattern is undeniable. Players come out of huddles confused, not energized. That's not toxicity, it's bad coaching. Some insiders even suggest White's timeout strategy is about control, not success. And then comes the slow-paced disaster. Clark thrives in transition, using her vision and quick decision-making to dominate. Yet White forces her into a half-court grind, suffocating everything that makes her great. It's like putting a Formula One car in a parking garage. Indiana's whole roster, Mitchell, Cunningham, Boston, was built for speed, but White's system wastes them all. Other analysts blame players, but the truth is obvious, this is coaching malpractice. Even worse, the injuries to Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald expose another lie. They weren't in the locker room stirring drama, they were out injured. Blaming them is lazy. The real failure is that White never adjusted leadership when veterans went down. Young players were left without guidance, and chaos followed. Meanwhile, actual chemistry between Clark, Hull, and Cunningham is strong, they're friends, showing loyalty, not toxicity. Cunningham even went viral defending Clark, gaining hundreds of thousands of followers. That wasn't drama. That was protection the coaching staff failed to provide. White's inability to communicate a clear vision is what's really destroying the locker room. And now the most damaging part, the financial consequences. Indiana has $95,320 in cap space and valuable draft assets for 2026. They should be building a championship roster around Clark and Boston. Instead, White's misuse of players is ruining evaluations. Mitchell looks ball-dominant in the wrong system, Howard looks like she's declining, and Boston's strengths get wasted. Add in the looming 2026 expansion draft with the Golden State Valkyries, and the Fever risk losing valuable pieces simply because they were never properly utilized. That's catastrophic. The Fire White movement online isn't just angry fans, it's based on measurable coaching failures. Clark's body language says it all. Early in the season she was engaged. Now she's crossed arms, eyes down, visibly frustrated. When you lose the confidence of your best player, you've lost everything. Despite having Caitlin Clark, Indiana remains inconsistent. That's not bad luck. That's not player toxicity. That's coaching failure. Every wasted season is a season Clark won't get back. Other franchises are building around their stars, Aya Wilson in Vegas, Breanna Stewart in Seattle, Connecticut's culture, while Indiana experiments with failed systems. The message is clear: Stephanie White's tenure must end before it destroys Clark's championship window. Indiana needs a coach who understands pace and space, who can maximize Clark's playmaking, who can use the cap space smartly, and who recognizes that when you have Caitlin Clark, your job isn't to prove your brilliance, it's to amplify hers. The Fever's future should be bright, but it's being wasted by a coaching philosophy that contradicts everything this team was built to do. The Fire White movement is more than fan frustration, it's basketball intelligence exposing coaching malpractice. Now the question is simple: will Indiana's front office act before it's too late? Or will they continue enabling a failed system that wastes generational talent? The clock is ticking on Caitlin Clark's prime. The decision they make now will define the Fever's future forever.